Hey, what's up guys? DJ Gunner 258 here. And last time I was speaking to you about my AR-15, this was just a bunch of pieces. So now I have it all together, and I went out and fired it actually twice. So this is just basically an update video for you guys. I'll go ahead and so that I don't forget what I was going to say, I have this all planned out what I'm going to say about this. So I'll go ahead and start from front to back on my upper. I don't have my lower attached, which, well, technically my father's lower attached to it because it's hard to move or hard to handle with this tripod and camera. But we'll go along to the first part, which I told you guys about, which is the muzzle brake. So I did test both of them, which is, of course, this is the $20 muzzle brake that I actually got off of Amazon, and then I also tested this standard birdcage flash hider. And by far, the extra weight of this not birdcage, but of this muzzle brake is worth it so much. Quickie review, I'll probably do a full review on this because this is so amazing. It has so much less recoil. I didn't think when I first put it on there, I thought it might reduce muzzle flip, but I didn't think it was going to touch the recoil of the actual firearm. But man, I did feel a huge difference with the recoil. And I guess I kind of noticed muzzle flip, but what I really felt the difference was the recoil. So I forget how much extra this weighed more than this, but I'm definitely going to keep this on my my rifle because here, let me get a different angle for you. Yeah, see, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep the extra weight on my rifle. Now, I know Nutnfancy would be ashamed, or maybe not, who knows, because, I mean, again, I call this my Nutnfancy build because it's inspired by his SPR. But I have again added more weight to my rifle in the form of these, here, this is again awkward camera angles, 45-degree mounted iron sights. And then I got one back here, and then I got one right here, which is completely out of focus, but yeah, you can see that right there. But yeah, the reason I got these was I actually found these iron sights on, of course, Amazon, where I've gotten concerningly a lot of the pieces in my upper I've gotten off of Amazon, so I don't know whether that's good or bad, but they were freaking cheap. These were $20 for both of them. And oh my gosh, if you haven't bought these, go out and buy them now before they literally are another brand that they sell. They're another brand of iron sights, I think, by like a larger company, and they sell them for like $150 a piece. Like, they're literally the same brand. So I don't know if they're going to get they're going to pull like a copyright suing battle on these or something, but these things are amazing. So I definitely go and pick them up because they're definitely mil-spec quality, no wobbling at all. The only thing that some people might be concerned about, I actually see it as a plus, is that they're flatheads. They're not Allen key, but if you need to take them off, you're not gonna, and you're in any type of bad situation, you're not gonna be like scrambling around for an Allen key. You're probably just gonna have like a quarter or something. So I see it as a plus. Now these, of course, are more, considerably more weight. You can see that the front side is pretty much just a chunk of steel, or it might be made out of aluminum. And then same with the rear sight, which it has like an A2 style insert right here. Gosh, I hate the focus of this camera, but whatever. It's what I get for using a DSLR. But yeah, so I'm adding quite a bit more weight, but I'm going to take that weight because a lot of people have flip-up sights, backup sights on their rifle, and they have a scope mounted. The only thing about that is if you have flip-up iron sights, if your scope or your main optic breaks, generally, unless you're using some sort of red dot, if you're using any type of telescope or scope, you're not going to be able to use them until you get the scope off there. And if you're using the kind of rings I am currently with Allen key, you're not going to be getting those off there within like a minute or two. You're going to have to dig out an Allen key, start spinning, and you're not going to be doing that on a battlefield. The reason I'm okay with the extra weight is because tilting your rifle to the right to use the 45-degree iron sights is so much quicker. Even if you do have a, like, say, the scope I was looking at getting, which I ended up not going with, and instead getting this Nikon 4x12, I think it was the Weaver 2x10. And my theory with that was if someone's really close up on me, I got 2 power, but I can also reach out for 10 power. But the more and more I started thinking about that, I had already had these ordered, these 45-degree sights, and I was like, if I'm going to have that, I might as well get all the magnification I can. So I ended up with going with the 4 to 12, because hey, if someone's that close, I might as well just switch to my iron sights. So, and again, what takes longer? Turning your rifle, or sorry, what takes longer? Turning your rifle or coming up with your other hand and flipping it all the way to the lowest power setting? Definitely just flipping your rifle quite a bit. Now, some people might say that's a little bit hokey because who actually shoots with their rifle tilted? I mean, it's like not proper shooting position. But hey, if you train enough like that, I'm sure your body can get used to it. Okay, so I actually kind of skipped around a bit. I went over iron sights. I went over scope. Okay, so I originally had problems with the gas block in here that I got off of Amazon for $15. It actually, the first time I fired it, it worked its way off and it wasn't sending any gas back anymore, so it didn't cycle at all. But I took off my rail system, which has been working great, by the way. Awesome, amazing rail system by the Troy Alpha Rail. But yeah, I took that off and I readjusted the gas block and I really cranked it down this time, and I shot about 150 rounds through it and no problem. So that's okay. My Delton receiver, of course, holding up great. Let me see. My PSA premium bolt carrier doing its job like you would expect, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Nothing left to really talk about. The barrel, which is the big part, which I've found that a lot of people actually want to know about the barrel. I haven't been able to sight either of my scopes in because the first time I shot it, I had a different scope on it and I didn't get it all the way sighted in. And the last time I just went shooting, I just had this new Nikon on it, and I didn't get to sight it in enough to really tell whether or not, like, I can't get you MOA specific, like I got half an MOA or something. I really need to go to a paper range and shoot some paper and really get it sighted in, and then I can tell you how accurate this AR Stoner barrel is. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, before I leave, I will tell you this. I said I wasn't going to be buying a lower until I was 18, but of course I went back on that, and my dad just bought me this lower for my birthday. So, I mean, might as well. So, yeah, I have this Spikes Tactical lower, and I got a special little laser engraving done on it because I know people and they laser engraved it for me, so that's pretty cool. Props to you if you know what that symbol is, but yep. Before I bore anyone, I'm gonna leave, so I'll see you later. DJ Gunner 258 out.